There may be few things as humiliating as being a victim of what is now called revenge porn, when intimate pictures or videos end up on websites without the permission of those now being seen by the world. Yet there was little the law could do about it, until now. The man behind one of the leading and most controversial forums arrested. We talked to two women who've been trying to put him behind bars for years. Here's ABC's Neil Karlinski.
Got my alcoholism taken care of for the rest of the week.
When we first met Hunter Moore, he was brash, unpredictable, and relishing the title of professional life ruiner.
I'm charging this to my business account, so I can write off my alcoholism at the end of the year.
Between all the booze and tattoos,
I just sleep and answer texts and phone calls while I sleep.
The so-called godfather of revenge porn was adamant that while his business was despicable, it was completely legal.
Basically, I just watch the Twitter to see what kind of naked people want to see.
For 2 years, Nightline has been following Moore's controversial career and the people left in its wake.
It was extremely difficult for my whole family. It wasn't even just my daughter that was victimized. It was really the entire family because it impacts everybody in the victim's life.
Charlotte Law's daughter was one of Moore's alleged victims.
It's embarrassing to know that they've seen that photo of me. And they know what I look like now, topless, because of that site.
Her picture, like thousands of others, displayed on the website isanyoneup.com, topless and against her will, transforming Charlotte Laws from ordinary California mother to anti-revenge porn crusader. Revenge porn is generally when a person sends in nude pictures of an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend to be posted without their knowledge, just to humiliate them. Moore holds the questionable distinction of bringing revenge porn into the mainstream.
What do you mean by revenge? What's there?
It is nude photographs that people have taken of themselves, and they are anonymously submitted, and we go ahead and put that content that is submitted to our site on blast for the world to see.
Public humiliation.
Yeah, it is.
And you are fine with blasting it out and basically ruining, in some cases, other people.
I mean, to me, I don't know these people, and it's kind of anonymous to me. I think the people submitting it are the ones who should be, feeling bad when they do click that submit button.
But so you have no empathy?
No, they're just they're characters and avatars and icons on a screen.
Charlotte Law has always maintained that her daughter was hacked, but for years, some refused to believe that her daughter's nude photo wasn't texted or shared to begin with. During our time with Moore, many victims claimed they weren't being wronged by ex-boyfriends, they were being robbed of personal photos stored on their own computers. But Moore was adamant.
People make claims all the time. You're photoshopping, or you're hacking.
If I did know how to hack, my site would be a lot more successful than it is. But any claims of hacking, I mean, it's just people pointing fingers and not taking responsibility for what the pictures that they have taken of themselves. But, I get 150 submissions a day. I don't need to hack.
But Charlotte Laws says she never bought it. For more than 2 long years, she built a case of her own on the side and eventually met with the FBI. Some even started calling her the Erin Brockovich of revenge porn. And then, late last week, she got a surprise almost as big as the moment her daughter's embarrassing photo was posted. The FBI arrested Hunter Moore and another man, 25-year-old Charles Evans, on a 15-count federal indictment, accusing Moore of what he always denied, stealing nude photos by hacking. According to investigators, to obtain more photos to populate the site, Moore allegedly instructed Evans to gain unauthorized access to hack into victims' email accounts. Moore sent payments to Evans in exchange for nude photos obtained unlawfully from the victims' accounts.
I come on the internet to be entertained.
The man who made his name humiliating people is now free on $100,000 bond, released into the custody of his parents. The 27-year-old is not allowed to use his tool of choice, a computer, pending trial. And while the FBI won't comment on the specifics of their case, one relentless California mom feels like she just got her own bit of revenge.
I was ecstatic when the arrest happened a few days ago, and I've talked to many of the victims from our group, and everyone else is ecstatic as well. And I'm really hoping that they will do some time in jail.
Today, Charlotte Laws is proud to be Hunter Moore's worst nightmare. Mother and daughter are now part of the official case against Moore, and Charlotte says she personally found nearly a half dozen other victims now listed in the federal indictment against him.
But I'm very happy that the plot to hack into people's emails was uncovered.
She's now pushing for new laws, but legislating revenge porn out of existence is no small task. Moore originally left his popular site not because he was threatened or sued, but because he was bought out.
You have to show and clear certain hurdles in order to prosecute them for their content.
Attorney Mark Garrigo says prosecuting revenge porn website operators isn't easy because they are generally protected by the same laws that allow YouTube to host other people's content.
It's ironic that what he ultimately has been filed on here criminally is not what people find the most offensive, I suppose, which is running the site itself, but instead the kind of Al Capone treatment, which is the hacking or the identity theft.
Hunter Moore, who used to love to talk, isn't saying much these days. When we last met, he still seemed to think public humiliation was a great business model.
I think at some point when you get older, you might look back at the person you are now and have some regret?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to grow and change as a person, but right now, and this time, I'm going to take full advantage of people's mistakes and what I've created.
Moore is due back in federal court next month. He faces up to 5 years in prison if convicted. I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Seattle.